You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
All right, shall we start this thing?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go, Brad. You're ready to go, man. Should we light some candles?
Cheers. Oh, yes.
Oh, I can see the anxiety in my dad's face as he can just...
Whoa! Look at that.
Steven's a dramatic candle lighter.
I'm a dramatic lighter of candles. Let's get this one over here. As I burn the hair off one arm. Here, Brian, set one of those. That one didn't quite make it.
There's the match ashtray. That was a lovely beam off of my brass candle holder.
He's good at lighting matches.
Well, everybody has one skill.
And that's it.
I bring it again.
That's all right. That's
piece
cool.
around.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So previously...
I'm critical hit.
Thank you, Brian. Wow. What did happen previously? Who wants to recap for us? Because not it.
Got it.
We found ourselves at Drusilla's Tears. Some crusaders came riding in, right?
Yep.
And, along with their squire, and they had this bone dagger that they were trying to get to Andrew.
Yep.
They had to go find Andrew. And in the middle of the night, some weird stuff went down, and they were undead and then zombified. And then re-dead again.
Beastmen and then
They were
zombified.
beastified,
Right.
then
Beastmen
zombified.
and then zombified. And then the squire hired in air quotes us to escort him to go find Andrew. And along the way, we were attacked by some horrible monstrosities. And then we were attacked by what's the dude's name? The something of the raven, the bloody raven's claw.
Yeah. Nope. The Raven's Bloody Talon.
The
That's
Raven's
what it was.
Bloody Talon.
Yeah.
Who we turned out that the squire was actually working for him.
Was actually a
Was
change.
actually a
Was a
changeling or something,
changeling.
yeah. And they stole the bone dagger from us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we finally met Andrew, told him the situation. He's like, "You must come with me to
To
the ends of the earth.
Martyr's Point.
Martyr's Point."
You were already at the ends of the earth. You were up in the desolation of
To go a little bit.
desert.
You gotta go to the
undead.
starts of the earth.
Yeah. So you travel with Andrew back down to Martyr's Point and spend a few weeks there, actually training up and learning some things.
Okay.
Brian, what did you learn? What did Dirk learn?
What did Dirk learn?
Yeah.
How to stab better.
How to stab better. All right. Very
How
good.
to, be just generally more skilled.
Yeah. Did he get his
No.
DPS up a little bit?
Apparently.
All right.
I am kind of curious about, so, with that trickery, once per round, make an attack roll or challenge roll with one boon.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work, outside of combat? Do we just basically get a free boon on all of our...
Come up with a good trickery way to do it, and we can throw you a boon.
Okay.
It's
That seems awfully...
Can't be. You're gonna have to explain it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can probably do that.
All right. So you took the rogue novice path.
I did take the rogue as my novice path.
All right. Steven, what did you do?
I decided that my crazy antics riding donkey and beating a monster to death was kind of right up my alley of hunting for animals for the encampment that we were at before. Mm-hmm. So I decided to take the warrior novice path.
Very good.
So I'll be doing some smashing thing. I've got a couple of talents. Catch your breath. You can use an action or a triggered action on your turn to heal damage equal to your healing rate. Once you use this talent, you cannot do it again until after a complete rest. So at some point, I'm going to heal back 4 points, which might be handy.
So your healing rate is now up to 4 points?
Yeah, because isn't your healing rate 1/4 of your health? And my health is now 16.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
So it went up quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Then I also have weapon training. When attacking with a weapon, you make an attack roll with 1 boon.
So you just automatically
get a one boon no matter what I do. And I went ahead and got permission from Brad since we've been training from this giant montage sequence. Mm-hmm. I've got my staff, but I upgraded a battle axe for one hand and a mace in the other hand.
So you're dual wielding.
Dual wielding.
Did you look up the rules for dual wielding?
I didn't look up the rules for dual wielding. I just figured that I just make 2 attacks.
No, sorry. That's very.
And then I've got some hard leather armor. So,
but the great thing is about dual wielding. Do you make it? I can't remember off the top of my head. It's 1 or 2 banes. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Steven,
if you attack one target, you attack with the weapon in your main hand, making the attack roll with 2 banes. On a success, you deal normal damage from the weapon plus extra damage from the weapon in your offhand. If you attack 2 targets, you attack with the weapon in your main hand against 1 target, and then attack the other with the weapon in your offhand. You make both attack rolls with 3 banes.
So you always make attack rolls with the weapon with a boon.
So that actually
that'll offset
counteract
1 bane, yeah. And so it might actually. I mean, it's not a bad deal. Actually, you might very seriously. So to figure out how that works, though, because okay, yeah,
and I can still just hit him with a battle axe,
yeah,
and just go from there because that's a 1d6 plus 2 plus a boon. So
on your attack, yeah,
on the attack, yeah.
Robin, what did you do?
Well, I decided that I was in a little bit over my head. I thought maybe I had some good training by hunting animals, and then realized that hunting things that try to kill things that could try to kill you back, I wasn't that good at. So I needed a bit of training, so I decided to hang out with the scouts of the Crusaders, not really with the warrior type people. So I trained as a rogue. Mm-hmm. So I also have trickery, it's a boon, and nimble recovery, which means I can use an action to heal and move half my speed without getting a triggered action.
Nice.
And with Brad's permission, I sold that crossbow, which I had impulsively picked up because when you are attacked by a goat man, you really want something that's going to stop it in its tracks.
Yes.
That did not work. So I figured out what might be best for me would be having a saber and then a regular hunting bow, which I'm used to.
Very good. Yeah, a saber is an uncommon item. You took it because it is a finesse item?
It's a finesse item, yes. Rogues can have swift items.
Swift items.
That's what it is, swift item.
But that uses your agility, though, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm not super strong, but I'm a little bit fast.
Yeah. So we have two people on the rogue novice path, which is not a bad thing at all. There are only 4 novice paths, so if you have 5 players, you're going to have 2 people on the same path anyway.
Yeah, regardless.
And so your talents will look alike for this one adventure, but there's some divergence that you can do.
Might use them in different ways.
Happen at level 3?
I think it happens at level 2 even.
Yeah.
Yes.
So level 2, rogues
different
get tricks or talents. Talents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can kind of pick a different flavor of rogue.
Yeah, okay,
it splits up a little bit.
But then level 3, we take a advanced path or an expert path. Yeah, which will further differentiate.
Different thing. Yeah. Ian, what did you do?
I took the novice magician path. Should I go through all of these things?
You can whatever you want to do. You can go through them all, or just tell us what traditions you took.
I am a celestial transforming magician.
Celestial transforming. So you've got some ability.
So you're an X-Men?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I have a lot of spells. I don't feel like going over all.
Yeah, you can just.
I'll do the magician thing.
What's the magician thing?
It's called sense magic, and A sphere with a 5-yard radius centered on a point within your space is the area of effect for this thing. You know if there are any ongoing magical effects in the area and from what points they originate. So
that's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
That would have been helpful.
like a magic meteorologist.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? My warrior guy, I also got another profession.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? What is
I am a martial patroller. So I figured that all of my hunting and snooping around doesn't really do anything at this point, except gives you that other profession. So I went with a martial path instead of wilderness or common. So
yeah. Who knows what you can learn.
Exactly.
Adara felt really bad when she couldn't even help Philip, like bleeding out on the sand. So for her extra profession, she took healer. I figured more kind of like field medic type. I mean, I probably can't cure cancer, but I could maybe bind up your wounds.
Yeah, and it's going to be on you to remember that you have that.
That I have healer.
Yeah, because I will not go, hey.
She feels very guilty.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I was concerned about, is that there really wasn't, I guess it is a profession, is that there's not a healer class kind of thing like nurse or doctor or something like that.
There are a set of a spell tradition called Life, which has all the healing spells to it. Yeah. And anybody who can cast spells has access to that tradition. So it's a thing.
Cool.
So
okay, I mean, should I say my profession? I took the almost completely useless, just only taking it because I thought it sounded cool, astrological scholar.
That is cool.
You can read our
I'm
signs.
sure
You know whether or not the stars are right.
Yeah, that might come in handy. We don't know.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
You never know.
Yes.
I don't like that.
You
never know.
You never know.
And Brian, did you take another profession or learn a new language?
I took some basic literacy.
Oh yeah, like
you learn to read. Good job.
Who can read in our group?
Apparently me.
No,
I can now read and write in common tongue.
Oh great. Okay, so you guys can read. That's good. And write. Yeah.
They're both literate. So.
I can't.
I think magicians just get that by taking my mark.
I'm sure I know my letters and how to spell my name.
Put an X. That's my name.
I mean, 3 of my letters are the same, so.
So at Martyr's Point, the 4 of you get called to the chambers of formerly Brother Andrew Pierce, but now he is Commander Andrew Pierce. It was a power vacuum because of the death of Renee Caldwell. Yeah, her assassination by Bone Dagger wielding elf, who sliced her in half.
Is that cross or up and down?
I said it up and down.
It was, in fact, literally up and down. Yes, it was literally up and down. So he calls you into his office, or his chamber there. I guess we can say it's an office. Right? His office. His little plaque outside. Commander.
Got his name painted on the door.
He's a detective.
So I have a task that I need the 4 of you to take care of. And I certainly hope that you're up for this. I need a group to go to the south, not back up into the desert. Probably had your fill of desert living up at the outpost for a while.
Yes.
I need you to go to the south, down near the haunted forest. It's a little village, a tiny little village called the Birchwood. And we have a new priest who has begun her service there at the temple. Her name is Eleanor Clifford. And
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
No, it's not Clifford the Big Red Dog, says Andrew Pierce. Eleanor Clifford tells us that there is a problem with the villagers. They've been having some issues, strange issues. Most recently, reports that of a black tarry substance in their food. And to be honest, I think we have probably some diabolists. The village, it's an old village, and being that close to the haunted forest, it's the old faith has sway there. We have a temple We have a priest, but the old faith rules there.
And we know what a diabolist is?
A diabolist are those who summon demons.
Ah, okay.
So basically you're making us go on a trip because somebody has bad burgers.
Yes, that is essentially what I'm doing. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bad burgers.
Bad burgers.
Bad burgers. Our other option would be to call in the Inquisition. In fact, technically, that's probably what I should do.
They'd never expect that.
Well, this isn't the Spanish Inquisition. This is the New God Inquisition. So they totally expect that. Yeah. The Inquisition, if they were to come in, it wouldn't be just a quick bloody battle. It would be people taken to prison and tortured, and the Inquisition is a little heavy-handed in its tactics.
Mm.
And if we could keep the Inquisition out of the northern part of the Northern Reach, I would be a happy person. So if the four of you could go down there and at least get a handle on what's going on, if you can't put a stop to it, at least find out what this problem with the food is originating from.
Mm.
Sound good?
To what extent do you want us to take care of it?
If you can destroy the source of the problem, that would be excellent.
Okay.
Assuming it's a feasible source.
Well,
I mean, not that you would know or anything.
Right. I mean,
you don't know.
Yeah, primary mission is discover the source of the problem. Destroying the source of the problem would be
discover the source.
Have any of you guys seen Moana?
Yes.
It reminded me of the beginning when they're like walking around the village and they're like, "There's weird stuff in all our food."
I haven't seen Moana.
Yeah, I know you haven't seen Moana. I'm trying to get him to watch Moana for ages. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. What's wrong with you?
I'm a busy person. Gotta watch my Spider-Verse and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you do need to do that.
All right. Any questions?
I don't think so. Go ahead.
I was going to say, how much foothold does the old faith have there? Is that going to be the ruling faith?
You'll have to find that out. My understanding is we have a temple there. So the Birchwood village is outside the scope of our sort of jurisdiction.
Okay.
It's a little further south, so it's not really in Crusader territory. So you can figure the old faith is probably the dominant. We have Eleanor there. We have a temple there. But
she needs backup.
We make an effort, right? Yeah. She might in fact be alone there.
So, is there anything we should know going down there?
There is one thing you should know.
Go, man.
I want you to. No, I want to make sure that you don't have the same problem that you had before. That is,
not be able to kill anything.
No, not being able to realize that there was a changeling in your midst.
Oh yes.
I need to talk to you about the iron test.
The iron test.
Yes.
What is the iron test?
So. No, it's not like chemistry. All the fairy are averse to iron, severely averse to iron. In fact, they have a strong negative reaction on contact to iron. So one of the ways you can tell someone who is of any kind of fairy derivation is just simply approach them with iron, and you'll see how they react. If you can touch them with iron, you'll really see how they react.
Okay.
So just know that. So we're talking changelings, elves, goblins, hobgoblins, satyrs, any kind of the fairy folk at all. So quite a broad range of folk there. So let's just make sure we don't have that.
It's folk.
Folk. Yes. Folk. Andrew has a very distinctly intelligent way of speaking.
No, he doesn't.
He says folk. Any other questions?
Folk.
All right. I will hope you.
You didn't answer my question.
What else did you need to know?
Well, we're gonna have we gonna like have to punch anyone on the way down, or like is it weird there, and are we gonna get mugged there?
It's wilderness.
It's wilderness. So you're right. So the Birchwood is just north of the Haunted Forest. If you go to the Haunted Forest, you've gone too far and you missed going to Birchwood.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, he draws you a little quick map. There's a road that goes right to
Take a
Birchwood.
crayon.
It's
on a napkin.
It's with an actual quill. He draws you a very nice map that should get anybody, even you, out of Birchwood safely. Right. So it's just normal country land. And the fact is that the northern reaches are mostly ungoverned. So there isn't a police force. There isn't any kind of constabulary that can be called in. You will be it. You will be the semblance of authority, even though you're outside of our jurisdiction.
Yeah. Do we get any sort of official
proof of this authority?
Yes.
How will Elmore know?
Maybe like a cool hat.
Well, you do have your red cloaks that mark you as crusaders of the Martyr's Point. In fact, all the crusaders wear these ridiculously bright red cloaks.
That's gonna be awesome.
Somebody pass me a pencil from downtown.
Thanks. Okay.
So
we should have iron badges.
Have the smith knock up some iron badges for actually no. Hold on. And he reaches into a drawer and hands each of you an iron symbol of the new god. How do you say that again? Ouroboros? The snake eating its own table.
Ouroboros. You have.
I have something like that.
Ouroboros.
Yeah, Ian uses an Ouroboros as his. Do you use that as your implement?
It's my what?
Your implement.
Your focus for your
magic. All magic users have an item.
Oh yeah, sure.
An armadillo lizard.
An armadillo lizard.
What did we just call that iron symbol?
Holy so now I have two.
Yeah, not two.
You're sure you have two now?
Yeah, I should just pass on the iron one, right?
You can just say
pass on it. No, you might
want
need
the iron one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ferret out the fae, or fae out the ferrets.
Or you could Ferris out the fae.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Thank you. You're horrible. You're a
Did you guys know
person.
That Lead's Latin name is Plum Bob? Just think that's the funniest thing. Plum Bob. That's why on the periodic table it's PB. It's Plum Bob.
Yeah.
Plum Bob.
Plum Bob lead pants.
Plum.
Okay.
Wow. Do you sense the sadness
dark and serious gaming that's going on here?
It's a good thing that nobody can see the expression of your face.
All right. Yeah, so Anara just kind of grabs that and like shoves it in her pocket.
Excellent. Anything else I can do for you?
I use it as the clasp on my cape.
Good idea.
Give me money.
Can I give you money?
Yes. Do we get horses and transport?
Yeah.
And
so it's requisition what you need. Okay. Requisition armor, weapons. You can have horses if you wish.
We still have our mule. I think we should retire
Claude.
him. He's been through a lot.
Yeah, Claude's still got that piece of flex tape on his throat.
Great, I'll get some hard leather armor.
Is it like walking distance? Or
no,
it'll
be about 2 days ride. It's
okay.
It's
so
a
we
ways
need
to
like
the south.
horses, like real horses.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And some sleeping gear.
So you can equip yourselves as you wish. Stuff you can put on your horse, but on your person you can put as many items as you have strength.
We get all our arrows back.
I'm sure they have extra.
You get an assortment of arrows.
Yes. 5
iron-tipped arrows.
Somebody has a silver tipped arrow.
Just in case.
I got a silver tip bolt.
Yeah. Oh, that's sort of bolt.
Yeah. But is it connected to anything? Like, does it well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, is it just the...
It's a bolt.
It's a bolt. I thought like nut and bolt.
It's a crossbow bolt.
Yes.
Oh, bolt. Wow. Rodrigo doesn't have this problem, does he, Stephen?
Yeah.
He's just a lot meaner.
Yeah, Brad, be more mean.
Okay. Oh, I'm down with that. All right.
You've given him permission.
All right. So when you're ready, we can, you can set off.
We set off in the very early morning.
In the very early morning?
Yeah.
All right. there would be dew, but you're still so close to the desert, there is no dew. But eventually you get down to the south where the grass begins to pick up, and there are some gentle hills, and it's
what's the thing I used to cast magic called? What's it called?
An implement?
Implement.
Yep. There are only occasional interruptions.
Look, man, I'm just trying to be accurate.
It's new, so he's practicing.
That's right.
Do I do this thing, or do I do this thing? Or
which thing do I swing around to make the world explode?
So eventually, after a couple of days of riding, you can see in the distance a windmill. It is the windmill that is there at the Birchwood. And as you ride on, you come the road you're on is suddenly flanked by a field on either side. And you ride up, you can see the windmill. I drew a little map, but I'll describe it. I drew a little map and then promptly lost my little map.
Where'd it go?
Where'd my little map go? Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. All right. So as you come in here from the north.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very tiny little map. As you come in from the north, you can see there's a little hut. And clearly this is a beekeeper's hut by all the beehives surrounding it. 2 fields, you pass the mill and the mill house, and you come up to the center of the village. So the village has got a ring of buildings around it. You can see a temple there in the southwest corner of the village green. Also off in the distance, there's a little shack that you can see is, I'll tell you now, is the tanner's shack. You can see a lot of leather stretched on racks outside of it. To the south, the little Birchwood picks up, and there's a little path that leads into the trees from the south of the little green common there.
And this is of the place we're going to.
This is our destination.
This is your destination, the Birchwood, the village.
We have arrived.
Oh, we have?
Yep.
I thought for sure we would get in a couple.
There's no random encounter tables.
We don't need random encounters.
Smooth traveling.
Yeah.
Don't complain.
So we ride in.
You ride in with your red cloaks and your horses.
Yep. And what do the townspeople do as we ride in?
The couple around just look at you and give you
evil eye, stink eye, or are they looking at us with
No,
or ooh, strangers.
It's kind of the stink eye.
Oh.
Yay!
They're not excited to see Crusaders of the New God in town.
Oh, we're not excited to see that.
But this town is for the new gods, right? Or not? Or is
They're
it
for the old
Well,
god?
there's a temple.
There's a temple.
That's a temple for the old god.
Okay.
They're probably
the
heavily
temple is the
influenced
temple
by
of the new god.
The old faith.
But the old faith is what sort of runs the show in this part of the Northern Reach.
Okay. Well, I guess then we should make our way to the temple.
Okay.
Yeah, let's find Eleanor.
All right. So the temple is there in the southwest corner. It's just a fairly simple brick building. There's a big enough statue of Astrid there outside, just sort of the classic pose of just Astrid standing there. If you want to go into the temple, it is unlocked, and you can just go on in and see if Eleanor is inside.
All right. We'll knock and then open.
Okay. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
So Eleanor looks up and says, "Hello. Oh, Crusaders. Oh, I'm so glad you're here."
Wait, we're Crusaders?
Yeah, you're wearing the red
We've
cloak
been
of Martyr's
conscripted.
Point. Are you not playing this game? Have you?
No, I just didn't realize.
We kind of got-
you're putting a label on it. I don't
Yeah.
know, it's just kind of...
We got conscripted, and now we work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we're
can be
Crusaders.
happy or unhappy about that. I mean, I have my own feelings about that.
Well, you're wearing your red cloak.
Well, yeah, they're also feeding me.
All right. So I'm really happy that you came. I had sent a message to Martyr's Point asking for some help. Is that why you're here?
It is.
Yes.
Commander Pierce sent us.
Very good.
Probably some food.
Yes. In fact, I'll just show you right now.
Excellent.
So she takes you back into in the back part of the temple is her little room, and she has a loaf of bread there. And she said, "Now it doesn't always happen, but let's see if it does." And she takes out a knife and cuts down the center of the loaf of bread and opens it up, and this black tar just oozes out of the bread, and it has just a putrid kind of sulfuric odor to it. It's really unpleasant. So
have people been ingesting this?
No, fortunately, nobody makes that mistake. I mean, you can't tell. If you just hold a loaf of bread, you can hold 2 loaves of bread and they seem identical. Cut one, it's fine. Cut the other, this putrid mess comes out. It happens not half the time, but
just with bread.
Yeah, is it just bread or apples or
Bread is the only thing that I noticed. It's the only thing that anybody has mentioned to me so far. Yeah.
Does it seem to only happen when you cut it? If you break a loaf?
Break it, cut it, it doesn't matter. I mean, but most of the time it's not a problem. But like
what happens if you bite the bread? Will someone find it in there?
I don't know. I'm certainly not going to be biting any bread anytime soon, to be perfectly honest.
Is it just is it like regular bread and then there's just like this pocket of it, or is it like? Yeah,
it seems to be just a pocket, like the center of the bread seems to have like been replaced with a amount of ooze.
People make their...
I touch it.
It's really sticky. It's basically like a super tarry. It's now you
smell it.
It smells like sulfur.
Taste it. I do taste it.
Smell this.
I can smell it from here.
Smell my finger.
Yeah. Oh, boys.
You two hum.
Rotten eggs.
Just like, do you have a bread maker, a baker in town, or do people make their own bread? It just appears.
Mostly people make their own bread, actually.
Yeah.
Did you make this bread, or who made this bread?
I made this bread. It's a tiny little loaf. Yeah. It's like burning Friday. She's got a little oven in her part of the temple here. And
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It is. It's horrible.
Just get the flour from the miller?
I was going to say, we saw windmills that...
Flour comes from the miller, yes.
She said a windmill. That's where we should go next.
Yeah, sounds reasonable. You've been studying the arcane arts. Is there anything of interest you noticed with this?
According to my notes, this bread is gross. That's all I've observed thus far.
Do you want to take a closer look?
Perhaps you should detect any magic about.
Oh my god!
So is this magical goo?
I don't know. Do I just do it? Does it just happen?
So if you were reading the book I bought you, there are things one does when casting a spell.
What about use a class ability of detecting magic?
Well, this is actually a spell.
Oh, is it?
The class ability is you get the spell.
Oh, you get that particular. Okay. It's a common spell.
Okay. Then we look up spells.
There's a whole chapter on magic.
I think it's chapter 7 or 8?
Yep, it is chapter 7. And on page 111 is casting a spell. You can cast a spell you've learned following this sequence.
Step words. We'll sacrifice a goat.
Do I actually have to say, arcane words?
Well,
yes, right now.
It's what it says here. Speak the words.
So weird. Wield the implement. Oh, no, my character does that.
Yeah, the character speaks the words. And wields the
Therefore, I speak the
Nom Shiba.
You also use an action to cast a spell. In this case, since we're not, in combat rounds, an action is a thing. And you expend the casting, so you have a limited number of castings. So, since magic is a utility 0 level spell, so I think you have 2 castings of it per day.
Per day.
All right. I will cast sense magic with my holy
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Okay. So what does that look like, Ian?
I'm going to say abracadooby and wave my thingy around. Okay. Maybe no.
With this magical
it's a ring. It's like a ring. I'm going to put it around my wrist and I'm going to hula hoop it on my arm and say abracadooby.
Okay, abracadooby.
Mecca high.
So what is the effect of the spell?
I can detect magical effects in the area and from what points they originate.
Okay.
How big an area?
So this does not have a magical effect as such, but its being here is a magical effect. So there is.
So it's not doing anything, but its mere existence is magical.
Yeah,
it has no magical properties.
Yeah.
So I can figure out where it originates from.
Well, it originates from there on the.
Oh, you are such a.
Well, I mean, no, it doesn't. You can't like trace a path.
Yes, it doesn't have a tracking spell on it.
Yeah.
Or a tracking spell.
You can tell that there's magic.
You can tell that that's where it is.
And it originates from the goo. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, do you have a tracking spell?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It does have some interesting spells, though.
I can turn into like an animal and stuff. I can pretend to be somebody else for an hour. Pretty nice.
Turn to an animal, you say? That must be handy.
When they find the tar, is that random? Has anyone like not found any tar? Has anyone always found tar?
Don't find a tar. In fact, it's
better is there someone who's never found the tar?
I don't know. I have not kept records of who's reported this. In fact, to be perfectly honest, the villagers don't report a whole lot to me.
Can I make a suggestion to this guy?
To Eleanor?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Who's not a guy?
Well, this character. I think they should do like tests on this stuff, and see what kind of properties it has.
Well, one could,
because that way we can find out if it reacts to anything, and we can check our notes and see what it could be.
The tar.
Yeah, let's see if it's flammable.
Yeah.
You really?
Yeah.
It does appear to be flammable. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like
normal tar.
It seems very much like pitch, except it's basically smells more like sulfur than.
Still smells when it burns, or does it matter?
It smells worse.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's probably not like decaying something. It's not something that's decaying.
No, it does not. It does not smell.
It's
like
just something
rot.
something awful. Just something terrible.
Yeah.
You said that the villagers don't talk to you. Wouldn't like confide in you with this stuff. Is there someone we should maybe talk to that would know?
The villagers. There's not a mayor. There's not a mayor.
They a lot of them still follow the old faith here.
There is if there were to be a leader of the village, it would be Ed Kroom. Ed Kroom.
C-R-U-M-E?
C-R-O-O-M-E. Or maybe Kroom. Kroom.
Better than C-R-O-M.
Indeed.
By Kroom.
Ed lives in the trees to the south.
Okay.
Well, not in a tree. His little hut is in the trees.
Okay.
He's a game hunter.
Okay.
So he spends most of his time in the Birchwood. He brings back small game for us. Sells it.
Okay, good to know.
What if bread is... Oh, I just had a thought. What if the bread is putting him out of business, so he's messing with the bread so that he can be the main supplier of food, so everyone has to buy from him? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Has he expressed any entrepreneurial interest?
I think he's
the corner of the market on meat only.
He does well for himself. He actually has a pretty solid partnership with Stink.
Who's Stink?
Stink is the town tanner.
It stinks. This tar.
I assume that's not his given, or it's...
It is his given name. Stink is a goblin.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
I mean, if he has a true name, no one would know what it is.
Mm.
And what do you know of the miller?
The miller?
Mm-hmm.
The miller's a fairly decent person. He's nothing special. Robert, he's a wife. He has a son and a daughter. They are faithful keepers of the mill. We don't have problems with them at all.
There been any upset people that might want to curse the land?
No. I mean, that's the thing. The village, this is a lovely village. If I had my way, they would be more engaged with our faith. That disturbs me a great deal, the fact that they're not. But other than that, folks are generally happy, generally kind. It's not a problematic place to live. Except for the bread.
No.
Any new people come to town?
Me.
Okay. And you've been here how long?
I've been here about a month.
And you haven't cursed this bread.
Are you really asking me?
I'm really asking you.
No, I have not cursed this bread.
I gotta ask, because if you did, you have to tell us.
Yes, because I'm honest.
Well, that's why I asked.
Okay. What's your name, by the way?
Otherwise, it's perjury.
Philip. Good to know.
We should go talk to the miller.
Yeah, let's go give him a visit.
Okay.
Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Do we want to keep wearing our Crusader cloaks? And
Yes.
We're on official Crusader business.
Well, okay.
We're legally obligated to wear these cloaks at all times.
I think we should be here to show
Knight
these
is front.
fine citizens that we are here to help them and support them, so that maybe they will see the light and say, it's Crusaders, new gods. Maybe not so bad after all. Let's go visit the temple come the holy day.
Okay, whatever.
So if you go up to the mill, you can see that the blades of the mill are turning slowly. There's a great deal of noise coming from it, so it creaks and it thumps, as mills do. So there's just a lot of again and
That's just
again and
me
again.
getting out of bed.
It sounds a lot like Ian getting out of bed. There's the mill, which is probably about 40 feet tall, and about halfway up the tower of the mill is where the spindle is, where the blades come off. And then just to the left of the mill, to the west of the mill, there's just a little mill house where Robert and his family presumably live.
So the fields are right next to this.
So there are actually 3 fields. So there are the 2 that you passed on the way, and then yes, there's a third field that is just kind of to the west of the mill. That field is lying fallow. It was the two by the road are the 2 that are being worked this year.
Okay.
And there's, I'm going to presume, wheat in those fields? If they're growing flour.
So
they're all black and tarry looking. No big deal.
We might have noticed that.
So there's some wheat planted there. There are also vegetable gardens. The way this works is that these are communal fields, and so the various families grow various things. So mostly they subsist farm for themselves. Some of the 2 fields is devoted to wheat. But it's just like every other village you've ever encountered in the Northern Reach.
Okay.
So would you like to go to the mill or to the mill house?
How late is it?
Let's split up, gang.
At this point, it's just sort of mid-afternoon. It's not.
Right. Does it seem like the mill's in operation? Like,
Yes, with the thump.
Yeah, it's thumping and
Nice
moaning, and the blades are spinning.
let's go check that out.
Yeah, I'll start there.
Okay.
Sure,
Knock
go
on
inside.
the
You're
door.
looking in the window, or you're not?
No, we're just going to open the door.
Okay.
I mean, it's a business, right?
Yeah, just
So
open the
just
door.
open the door.
And you hear someone call from above, like, "Hello, hello."
Yes, hello. Looking for Robert the Miller.
That's me. One moment, I'll be down. I'll be right down there. And he comes down. There's some steps that go around the outside of. So it's just a circular spiral stair that goes up and up and up. And so he just comes down from the next level up. What can I do for you folks? Crusaders
Yes.
Yes,
Sure.
from Martyr's Point.
Sure.
indeed. We have heard some troubling news about issues with the bread.
Yes. It's bizarre.
Yeah, definitely seems it.
Have you seen some bread?
We have.
Yes.
Have you seen the filth that comes out of the bread?
Yes.
We have indeed.
We smelled it.
Is there anything you think you can do to help us?
We're going to try our best.
Thank you.
We want to look around. We thought we'd look here, see if perhaps we can determine if someone has perhaps cursed the mill. I assume that pretty much all the flour from the village would be more or less coming from here.
Yeah, I don't think anyone goes outside the village for flour. So we grind the wheat. We also will occasionally get a cartload of wheat that will come in from a neighboring village someplace else. And we just trade them a requisite amount of flour. Not quite as much. We have to keep the mill in business. But we have I wouldn't call it a heavy trade from outside the village, but we have some trade outside the village.
When was the last time someone came through?
Oh, we get usually a carter will come down every 2 or 3 days.
Mm.
Oh, so
in fact, I'm right now. We're grinding. We got a cartload yesterday, and so we're grinding that.
Anyone you've never met before come in?
No new business.
Has anyone from the other villages found the tar and flour you might have?
Nobody has mentioned it to me, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't mentioned it to anyone else.
They would probably mention it to you, I'm sure.
I think they would.
Hey, this could happen to our bread.
I assure you that we inspect all the flour that leaves the mill.
Yeah.
There's nothing problematic with the flour that leaves the mill.
We just have to ask these questions. So we're not accusing you of anything. We're just going to ask all the questions, though
anything you can do to help with this situation.
So we might just ask really obvious questions.
Any upset customers? Anyone feel like they weren't treated fairly?
I don't think so.
Anyone in the village upset at you or
no
family?
Your family?
Not that I know of, and I think I would be told.
What's the general feel of the rest of the town over this?
I think folks are really disturbed.
Anyone not disturbed?
Anyone not disturbed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be honest, I haven't heard anything from. We have the new priest, Eleanor. I guess maybe she's not disturbed. I don't know. She hasn't. She's probably the only person in the village who hasn't mentioned something to me about it. I mean, other than the children, of course.
We just talked to her, and she was talking about what her problem was.
Oh, okay.
She asked for help. That's why we're here. We're here to help.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah.
So,
she keeps to herself.
Yeah, makes sense, though. Would we be able to purchase some of the flour from both here and the neighboring village?
You mean like from the wheat grown here and from the wheat grown in the neighboring village?
If we could.
You could purchase it. I could give you an amount. I'm happy to cooperate and help you here. I mean, if you would like me to. I mean, I don't imagine you need like a full 50-pound bag, right?
No, probably not. But we don't want to just take without asking.
It's fine. We have an abundance. So the flour I'm grinding now is from the village of Shipman. It's just about 10 miles to the west. So you can have I don't know, what do you want, like a
small sack?
Just like a
small
little
sack. Okay.
Yeah,
And so he finds a little burlap sack about the size of a person's head. And it just gets it right out of, so it's grinding right there, and so he just pulls a little lever up, and some flour comes out of a hopper and fills the bag, and he hands that to you. Now I've got some large sacks that are full, and they're basically just in the stores right off the back of the mill here, so we can go around the back and you pick the bag basically, and we'll pop it open and give you a little sample out of that.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now?
Yes.
We could do that. Yeah. Well,
hang on. So I did like magic stuff, and you specifically said that there was magic about the way that the black tar got there.
Yeah, I mean that's what you got from that spell. There is no effect of the so the black tar does not seem to be having a magical effect, but it getting there seems to have been some kind of magic.
There seems to be some magic producing the tar.
So it might have. So it's completely possible that it got there after the bread was made by a magical means.
That's
sure,
completely
possibly.
possible. Yeah.
So there might be absolutely nothing wrong with the flour.
there might be absolutely.
That's why we
nothing
have samples.
Yes.
Got to test forensics.
Has anyone, the wheat fields here, has
Mhm.
anyone, or any of the fields, is there anything, has it been weird?
No, in fact,
Any weird plants dying?
We've looked at it. In fact, almost everybody in the village has a little plot that they're farming, and I spoke specifically with Ed. Ed Coombe. Have you met him?
We haven't met him, but we're going to talk with him.
Ed Coombe. He lives in the trees down, not in an actual tree, mind you, but in the trees.
Yeah, there seems to be some confusion on that.
Yeah.
Ed Coombe is he's kind of the village leader. And he and I have been through both fields. Nothing looks weird. Nothing looks out of place. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the wheat. I can't find anything wrong with the flour. I don't know.
You were upstairs when we came in.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way I could look out over the fields from upstairs?
Actually, we don't have windows up there. So
a hatch?
I still think we might want to go up there and check.
There's not even
down,
like this mill. This mill has been here, I would guess, for hundreds of years.
No way to service the
ladder. I have a ladder, and we just spin them down. We spin them down, so
that makes sense.
Yeah. We don't.
Do you know if there are any people here? Like, who does magic? I mean, obviously the priest, but who else does magic?
Magic? He's really sort of.
No.
He seems kind of distraught. He said, I'm reluctant to discuss this with you, but
this is obstruction of justice.
No,
You're coming with us.
Calm down.
Is Hum actually saying that?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
thinking
Okay. So don't say something that Hum's not actually saying.
Just,
unless
a local healer.
Yeah.
Anyone who does
Midwife,
so-
you might do a bit of.
nature magic.
I wouldn't say this.
You're not getting them in trouble.
Well, sometimes with Crusaders, that's not necessarily true, and you know what I'm implying, and you know what I'm not saying.
Sure, but we're here to.
It's like our first day on the job, man.
So if you're here to help us, if you're here to legitimately help us, and I don't suppose he's going to make any secret of it, but if we need things, we can go to Ed.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's part
That's
of
the guy in the trees.
Yes. Yeah.
Mr. Coons.
Mr. Krum. He is someone we can count on
For magic. Related things.
for taking care of business as we need from the old faith.
When did this problem with the bread start? Do you remember?
Maybe a week ago.
And how long has out of character? How long has Eleanor been here?
Eleanor's been here about 4 weeks.
Okay.
None of us thought to iron test her.
Well, we were wearing our badges and we were standing near her. So.
Yeah,
Is that,
They probably would not.
Oh,
does that
okay.
be touch?
So we need to be basically make contact.
is it placebo?
Yeah.
Like, could you just say, I have iron, and, like, an elvish person
No,
would be like,
they have to be in contact with it. So
oh, they have to touch it?
Yeah, so if Andrew Pierce wasn't clear, he meant if you tried to touch someone with iron, they probably won't just stand there and let you do it.
I thought he was saying like just iron in the vicinity would be
No. If you come at an elf with a piece of iron, they will probably
They'll try to
jump out
avoid
of the way and do what they can to avoid it.
So, yeah. We might want to be careful if we go to stink. You might see that our implements as offensive.
Mm. So if the way my cloak is resting, if I have it like right here and I accidentally bump into somebody.
If you were to touch them with iron or an iron weapon. I mean, so iron abounds. Iron and
I'm just trying to do it nonchalantly without like holding it in their face and going, look
You should get
upon
like
the
iron
mark.
gauntlets and greet everyone with a handshake.
Yeah, that would do the trick for sure. Yeah,
because our weapons.
How big were these?
So for among humans, if you were to bump up against a human they probably would just think you're a clumsy oaf.
Yeah.
Because human beings tend to not bump it.
We would totally know if the person was a changeling or another kind of fae if we bumped into them and they suddenly started screaming and running and
they would kind of
recoil.
get a little collapsy. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Good to know.
How big were these symbols that we were given?
About like you could hold one in your hand.
You could palm them?
You could palm them, yeah.
Sure. That's good, isn't it?
What about the religious thing? Same thing, just not iron.
The one he handed out is iron and small, but
Mine is like
you're just gonna be made of whatever metal you want it to be made of. If you want it to be made of iron,
gold.
if you want it to be made of probably not gold or
Haku.
silver, I think would become a target for
thievery.
yeah.
All the better to vanquish you.
What's a cool metal?
Mithril.
Mithril is cool.
Or a calcum.
Well, it's cold iron, so that's rather cool.
Ha!
Bronze. It's not too fancy to get stolen.
All right.
Copper's pretty.
Okay. All right. Anything else I can do for you folks? He also says folks. Apparently, it's a peculiarity of the region.
Yes, it's.
Because everyone here is just weird.
I guess.
Could we check out the millstone before we go?
The millstone, sure. I mean, in fact, it's right there.
Is it? I thought it was upstairs.
No. The millstone is too heavy to be upstairs, so you'd have to carry your.
Bigger than this table.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
the upstairs was basically, that's part of the works and the gears and all that kind of business. So the millstone is right there grinding away noisily in front of you. Yeah.
How would you mind looking at that? Make sure that there's no foul influences.
Doing magic stuff? Sense magic?
Yeah.
You should only do that one more time today.
Yeah, I have two per day.
You got some first level slots, right?
Maybe we can just inspect it really well.
I think I should do it. I feel like I should save one of those for when we go to, what's his name, Ed's house.
I would
When
agree.
some tar monster tries to kill us.
Yes.
Tar monster. Oh, that'd be so cool. There better be tar monsters. Tar bread monsters? Crazy.
I just want to inspect it real well to see if there's anything that looks strange.
If you're familiar with the millstone,
like
it is a millstone. In fact, you notice that the stone itself has an iron band around it, as millstones occasionally do, just to give it more support. And nothing grinding away quite effectively.
Sweet.
Anything else I can do for you?
I don't think so. Thank
Think
you.
we're good?
Okay.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
I am very grateful that you've come to help, and I will tell you that don't be entirely put off if you are met with some resistance by the other people of the Birchwood.
It comes with the job.
Good.
So, I gotta shake his hand.
Shakes your hand back very
Kind of clap him on the shoulder and try to stealthily tap him with some iron.
He doesn't seem to notice anything about it, just thinks you're being super friendly.
Excellent.
Pats you on the shoulder back, gives you a nice smile.
Well, you have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
What a friendly fellow.
Moving along.
Yeah.
Ed's house?
At some point, we should have mentioned we got off our horses. But...
No, we were on our horses the whole time.
Before you went into the temple.
It's a pretty small.
I'm pretty sure there
is a large barn and stable where you could probably put your horses. Eleanor might have directed you to that anyway. If you want.
Yeah.
There is no stabler there.
No
There's
stable
no
fee either.
It's just a communal barn.
We will unburden it.
Where do we want to go next? Do we want to go talk to Ed, or should we go talk to his friend Stink? Or should we just casually go talk to some of the
Stink's
citizenry?
closer.
Yeah, I'm tempted to save Ed for last.
Well,
I feel like Ed's the
Actually, so while you're standing presumably in the green or somewhere nearby discussing this, you hear hey, who
Hi.
are you? You guys are crusaders. You're crusaders.
Oh,
We sure am.
Yes.
Okay, so this little guy with he basically has no nose. He's a little goblin,
creepy.
and he's a little goblin with just no nose. He's just got two little holes there that just kind of, and they ooze. They just
Black
kind of
tar?
no,
Just not.
clear snot. He's just kind of rolling out, and occasionally, before it kind of gets down all the way over his lower lip,
Don't.
he will wipe his with his sleeve there. Oh, someone's calling. Sorry, I should turn that phone off.
all right.
Just let it. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, we'll get rid of that phone next time.
That's
Sorry. Forgot that's there even actually. So Stink is he's just really interested and excited to see you all. So you're Crusaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, we are. And you are...
I'm Stink. My name's Stink.
Ah,
I'm
Oh.
Stink.
we hear you're the local tanner.
I am.
Ah, good business.
I love it. I mean, it's filthy,
Yeah.
but it's awesome. Yeah.
Fit right in, don't you, bud?
Make some quality leather.
Get a
But make very quality leather. Thank you very much.
That's
Nice.
excellent. I
Yep.
do that sometimes myself.
Really?
Yeah.
You-
I made this.
You made what?
like a
bracelet or
greave or something.
Nice. Now, did you tan that yourself?
Well, not. I didn't tan this myself. I didn't quite have the talent. I'm sure you have for tanning.
I was going to ask you what droppings you used, but you didn't. You didn't do it yourself.
No.
No, that's.
You have to be quality to be able to tan.
It's fine work.
Thank you.
You've got fine craftsmanship there.
Thank you.
That's very nice. Yeah. Would you want to see the tannery? Do you want to see?
Yeah,
I'd be
sure.
interested.
Yeah, me.
Actually,
yeah.
we were just headed there now.
Yeah, we wanted to actually talk to you.
We're on business.
Awesome.
Bad
Awesome.
bread.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not. Don't eat the bread.
Don't eat it. You tried to eat it?
Yeah.
What it didn't taste good, huh?
If you had a rotten egg, have you ever eaten an egg? I mean, like not just like a bad egg. I mean, like a rotten egg, like a.
Melt. Can't say I've actually
You've
eaten.
never,
it.
like,
You ever
No.
eaten just a rotten egg?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's an egg.
It's a
Yeah.
rotten egg.
Did
Yeah.
anything?
So,
Let it go to
I
waste.
mean, it's gross. I mean, it doesn't taste good. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it
So
tastes good.
So the bread tasted bad.
It
Tasted like rotten eggs.
Rotten
yeah,
eggs.
I mean, there wasn't really much bread to it, to be honest with you. It was just
Just
kind of a crust with some
goo.
Goo.
goo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Did anything happen to you after that? Did you feel like really strong or really, or did you run real fast?
Or did other things run real fast?
Nope, I didn't. Nope, nothing weird at all. Actually, kind of. I mean, it was a little. It was just gross, but it was gross everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So no,
Is this bread that you made that did it, or do you make bread, or
I don't make bread. I don't.
it's bread that you've purchased?
Yeah, I just got some bread. The folks help me out. I give them some leather. They give me some food. We barter. We barter a lot.
Is it just you by yourself here?
Yeah, just me. I'm the only goblin in town, as a matter of fact.
Mm. What does everyone else think of that?
I don't know. I guess they wish I had a goblin friend. I don't know. We don't really talk about it a lot.
Well, if we meet any nice goblins, we'll point them your way.
Okay, all right.
So,
That'd be great, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
really? I mean,
sure, yeah.
that's
If we
that's really kind.
meet any goblins needing companionship, we'll let them know.
That's really kind.
Yeah, man, goblins are people too.
You're some unusual crusaders. You fellas are nice. You're very nice.
So, what do you think of this? Making this black stuff show up?
What do I think about it?
No, what
What
do you
do
have
Do you
any
have
Why
any
do you
idea
think
what
it's
would do
there?
it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's gross. It's really. I mean, even by my standards, I mean, I wouldn't eat it again. I'm not.
That's telling you something.
I will
If
keep
the
that in
tanner
mind.
with no nose
Yes.
won't eat it again.
Well, how does he smell then?
He smells horrible.
Why? Yes. He makes such a great
His name
tanner.
is Stink, Brian.
So I know you said you don't have any goblin friends here.
Nope.
is everyone else just human friends?
Yep, everybody else is human in the village.
What about outside the village?
There's all kinds of things outside the village.
Is there any friends in the forest?
No, I mean, look, so in the haunted forest, which is a bit to the south still, no.
Okay.
So just for you guys, if depending on so goblins have a really weird place in the world. So you know that the elves stay away and they live in the hidden kingdoms. That is, apart from the world. The goblins, for a reason that has been either lost to history or is a closely guarded secret, the goblins have been exiled from the hidden kingdoms. And so the goblins are not allowed back. They are fairy folk who must live in the material world with the humans. And so literally nobody knows what the story is there. But maybe the fairy queen has exiled them for some reason.
Fairy godmother.
Fairy queen. So anyway, so he's all alone here.
Right. Poor guy.
So people bring you plenty of interesting skins?
Yeah, well, Ed brings me on. Have you met Ed?
Not yet.
I haven't.
Ed, there are a lot of critters in the Birchwood. Actually, I mean, it's not like a full on forest, but there's plenty of stuff in there to keep me busy. So
tell us about Ed.
So Ed is Ed's probably my best friend, actually.
What about me?
Wait, what is your name?
Ouch! My name is Hum.
Yes.
That is my name.
That's an awesome name. Most humans don't have names like that.
So you were telling us about
So Ed's your friend.
Yeah.
Ed is about my best friend in the world, actually. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
He's an awesome person, and he's done a lot to help me. And practically every skin you see here is something that Ed has brought me.
Oh.
So I'd tell you at this point, you've probably walked over to the tannery. Now the stench is really, really unbearable.
Oh, sure.
So there is the rot from the bits of carcasses that Stink has just sort of thrown in a pile over there. There is the rot from the skins that he is still scraping. So he's scraping the hair off one side and the fat off the other side.
People tend to stay away from here.
Yeah, in fact, he's quite away. He's probably 50, 60 yards out from any other building.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly nobody's building close.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are the vats. And the vats are putrid beyond what.
What's in the vats?
Are you asking Stink?
Do you know how they make leather?
No, actually, I have no clue how to make leather.
So there's droppings in the vats. So I've got a lot of guano. We have a lot of guano, and occasionally we get bird droppings. That's good. That's really effective. And so I have in fact, this little bucket here is just bird droppings, and so you can do some fine pieces with bird droppings. So look at this, and he brings the bucket, and he's waving it around. Look in here. These are probably mostly sparrows, but you can't be picky, so you just scrape up what you can, right? And so when you get something fresh, you just throw it in the bird bucket. So you can do a lot of fine work with bird droppings.
So the guano, do you got caves nearby?
Well, folks know that I use guano, so sometimes when people will bring in, so I don't even know where there's a cave nearby, to be perfectly honest with you.
So, is he pretty much like the predominant hunter around here? He's like the guy to go to for meat?
He's the guy, yeah. He's yeah. He's the woodsman of the village. Yeah.
Has he brought you any unusual skins lately?
Any neat hides that were really
Like
different?
Nope, nothing. I mean,
deer?
we got a big deer the other day.
Nice.
That was about a week and a half ago. It was a nice big deer.
Go get some venison.
But nothing particularly. I mean, you can, there are hides around.
Ed likes everyone in town.
Everyone in town likes Ed, and Ed likes everyone in town.
Mm-hmm.
Ed is.
Then why does he live so far out of town?
Some people like the forest.
Yeah, he likes the forest. That's where he lives.
What about the priestess over at the temple?
Oh yes, Eleminum.
Eleanor.
Aluminum.
Eleanor.
I believe
Aluminum.
it's pronounced aluminium.
Aluminium.
No, it's not aluminum. It's aluminum. Aluminum
Okay.
is. She's new here, and I don't know. I haven't. She doesn't like me.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I've tried to talk to her. I'm kind of a friendly person, but every time I come around, she has something to, and she says, I've got to go. I've got work to do. And she's always got work to do, but she never does anything. And so she doesn't like me. I know that.
Have you gone to the temple? Like, when she has services, do you go?
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
And I know you all are followers of Astrid, and I respect
Sure.
that. That's fine, but that's not.
There's all sorts of faiths. You can do whatever is good for you.
You have interesting ideas for a crusade.
I sure do.
It's almost like
We
we
tend to
were
believe it's
crusaders
best for
yesterday.
people to find faith in their own way.
Well,
The best we can do is make a good example, and hopefully
one
They'll see
should find faith where faith belongs, I think.
That is
True.
a wise thought.
You're a smart little dude.
Mhm.
Little dude.
Anything else you think
Thank
we
you.
should know?
No. No. I think you should, before you leave, if you need any fine leather goods, I would be happy to help. In fact, now that I think of it, I mean, I've got a pretty good stock. Why don't, before you head back to Martyr's Point, come in and I can sell you a pretty fair amount of leather that you could probably sell at Martyr's Point.
That's an idea. We'll definitely have to try to do that.
I think that could be lucrative for all of us.
Okay,
Actually,
that might be. Well, I appreciate that, Stink.
Why would that be lucrative for all of us? You get money, we get money? Just that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's what lucrative means.
Buy from
Well,
the
yeah,
wholesaler
but I was
for a
making
profit.
sure you weren't telling us like cursed leather or something.
Yeah. We got to do our job first, unfortunately, like our main job, because,
Then we can see about side
cloaks.
profits.
So we have to do that, but
Yeah, the bread
we'll
is
try to come.
the bread is gross. This is a long way to come for bread, but that's it's.
So we're going to try and make it not gross.
Thank you.
All right.
So where might we find Ed?
Yeah.
So
Could you
okay,
take
so
us to him?
that's a great idea, actually. Yes, yeah, I'll do
We're
that.
gonna hang out with Stink more.
So he begins to explain to you that there's a little path that goes out of town south through into the Birchwood, and then you just follow the path, and it breaks off. So there's a little branch that heads to the left, and follow that.
You good?
And that he had a little burp. And so the little branch to the left, and that'll take you right to Ed's house. And so he's telling you all this. And then as you're heading, What?
So there's a branch that heads off to the left.
yeah, and that takes you to Ed's house. But right now you're just sort of crossing the green.
Okay.
And as you're going across the green, the door to the building on the immediate south end of the green opens up, and a rather tall fellow steps out, and Stink just goes, Ed!
Oh, okay.
Hey, these folks wanted to talk to you. And so Ed comes up and
Give him a friendly wave.
says, hello. Who are these folks, Stink? And Stink says, well, they're crusaders. You know they're crusaders. They've got their cloaks on. So this fellow here, this guy with the hair, his name is Hum. And I didn't bother to ask the other one's names, actually. That was kind of rude.
Out of character. You were waiting to make. You were so excited to do that, weren't you? Like, that joke. You were like, I'm gonna go. And it's gonna be so funny. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. You set him up. I knock him down.
Yep.
I'm Philip.
I'm Dirk.
Nice to meet you, Philip and Dirk
Adara.
and Adara.
Good
And
for a handshake.
shakes your hand very, very fondly.
Clap with-
Pat.
Also
Iron
pats you on the shoulder and kind of gives you kind of a look like this is a weird new
But
Crusader
it doesn't
thing.
melt and doesn't burst into flame
No,
or
he
anything
doesn't,
like
doesn't
that.
have any kind of problem. And your name is Hum. Hum. Nice to meet you, Hum. And he shakes your hand. And
Just hum.
Hum.
Don't actually hum.
I'm not going to actually.
Thanks.
And
Appreciate it.
He pats Stink on the head and kind of gives him a look and kind of and shrugs his shoulders like, yeah, I don't know. He's a goblin. So, yeah.
So we were asked to come here to investigate your sticky bread problem.
Who asked you to come here?
Eleanor.
Ah, yes. Well, she would.
It came up the chain and back down. So here we are.
Yeah. So we've got a problem with the bread. But
Resentment towards Eleanor?
are you saying this?
Yeah.
Resentment? I wouldn't say resentment, but we can take care of this. You really shouldn't have bothered. We can take care of this
Well,
problem.
curious
Well,
what
we'd be-
your thoughts are on the source of
We've
this.
never countered this, so if you can take care of it, that's great. But can we learn from that? Is this a case that happens anywhere else?
I don't know what the problem is. I'm not gonna
You can't take care of this if you don't know what the problem is.
give me some time. We can take care of ourselves here. We're not helpless.
Two heads are better than one. We could help each other out.
Can team up.
Theological differences aside,
fight the
we can
bread
be
menace.
friends. We can.
To be perfectly honest, I've never met a crusader who is willing to put theological differences aside.
We're here to do a job,
Yeah, and what is that job exactly?
to find out what's causing this problem you're having.
And put a stop to it.
I don't.
And what does put a stop to it mean?
Probably bang knuckles with it.
Tarry bread.
Not
Tarry
exactly,
bread is,
not exactly surprising. So
Not a great-
That's not our only possible resolution here.
We
We
can
just
talk
need
it
to
out
know
with the
what.
bread goo monster, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Look, if we don't have to fight it, we won't. But if we have to fight it, we will.
The reason, I know you said you can take care of this and you don't need help from the Crusaders, and you probably think you don't need help from the new god. But they think you do, so they sent us to help you. And if they think we can't help you, they're going to send the Inquisition here. And I'm sure you don't want that. No one wants that.
Yeah, the Inquisition will not do well here.
Exactly. So we're
Who
just
has
trying
your
to
town?
help.
Let's see. Yeah, you know that. We know that. They can be a little overzealous. We're trying to softer approach. We want to help out.
Personally, I don't care. I don't care what I mean.
So
Astrid, Old Faith, I don't care. But this is no good. Tari bread,
You really,
no good.
You actually say to me with your voice, Astrid or the Old Faith, I don't really care.
Personally, yeah, well, doesn't matter to me. Are you a good person?
Yes.
Okay. So am I. That would help you.
Wearing that cloak, and you're going to say to me, Astrid or the Old Faith, you don't care.
It's warm.
It's a warm cloak. All right.
Also pretty fashionable. It looks pretty nice, right?
No, I mean, I can't speak for Eleanor. I can't speak for, my boss. I can't speak for other people. But
Yeah, who is
we
your
just
boss?
want to help you. What's his name?
Andrew.
Andrew
Pierce.
Pierce. What happened to Renee?
Killed.
cut in half, top to bottom, with a bone dagger.
Bad business.
Cut in half, top to bottom, with a bone dagger.
Right?
So we hear.
We weren't there.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't say I'm sorry. So, okay.
It's not very nice of you.
She was not a very nice person. But that's neither here nor there. So, what's your plan, helpers?
What was your plan?
I'm getting as much information as I can.
Well, that's pretty much our current situation here. We're gathering information, trying to see what we can find, if we get any leads. If there's any other mysterious goings on, there's been like random milk curdling or two-headed calves born or anything weird like that going on around.
Yeah, not that I've heard of.
Out of character, talking to this guy is suspiciously pointless.
You mean he's just not a fount of information?
As hyped up as he is, as he was, he's so, not anything at all. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, Ed, and then the guy at the mill was like, yeah, Ed please don't get him in trouble. It's like, but then, we went there and he's just like some guy.
He is just some guy.
Yeah. So So what information have you found out in this past week?
I haven't found out anything, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Well, any trouble from outside the village?
Nope.
No irate neighbors from other neighboring towns coming to try to start trouble?
Nope.
Take over the lands?
Nope. Haven't even had any rogue bands of crusaders ride through town.
Any issues with anything coming from the haunted forest?
Nope.
Keep that pretty in check?
It's not much to keep in check.
Really? It's a haunted forest. Do you think there'd all be all sorts?
It's a haunted forest, but the haunt is pretty deep in there.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, you all don't want to go deep in the forest.
No, probably not, but do you have any inkling of what manner of terrors would await there?
No.
No? Nah.
I was going to say, how much do I believe what he's telling me?
Can't you
Can we roll a sense motive?
I was going to say, yeah, if I wanted to be like,
sure, if you want to.
How do I feel about Ed?
So you could, in fact, I'll tell you what, I will make a perception roll for you.
Here, there's a whole bunch of dice.
Yeah.
I've got that.
So your own dice aren't good enough for you, Brad.
Do bees
pollinate?
You might notice I brought home
So what's your bonus?
My perception is 11, so I
I
get
think everything needs
a
pollination, right?
1.
Well,
No. It just grows, I think.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we live in weak
Is there anything
country.
else I need to know?
Mine's 2.
Nope, that's it.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna. I can't remember a good place to
You
roll
need
this.
a-
I'm just
Oh,
right
do you
in the
want to be
The
secret?
GM screen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to hide it.
Give me a
because-
cup.
You don't have a GM screen, Brad?
I have a GM screen, but it's kind of GM screens. Like they always seem like a good idea when you buy them, and then it's just kind of like meh.
Never quite tall enough to see.
I bet
My
3
GM
5s.
screen-
Okay, so you are confident that he is being fully honest with you.
Oh, God.
Do I get a similar inkling?
Oh, you want to roll 2?
Yes.
What's your bonus?
2.
2. So clearly, Ed is. You're really confident about this. Ed is not telling you anything.
Yes.
That is. He surely has all kinds of ideas. He's just stonewalling you. He's just not.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be here a while.
Okay, great.
Asking around. They tell me you're a hunter.
Yep.
I also did a fair amount of hunting. Maybe we could go out into the woods and hunt together.
Romance.
I'm kind of hunt alone, pal. So, no thanks.
You sure?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it covered. Thank you. I love your eagerness to help, as it were, but no thanks. I'm good. So I'll be seeing you all.
We'll be around.
Sure.
Nice to meet you.
All right, Stink.
Thanks for being so
Come by the temple if you need us.
Yeah, I'll be right there as soon as I need you. Yeah, Stink, come with me, would you?
Later, Stink.
Bye. Good seeing you all.
You too.
Stink is an upstanding citizen.
So, this was all still in town, right?
Yep.
We're just in the middle, like literally in the middle of
literally
town.
in the middle of town. You're like right there in the green.
Is there anyone else we really want to talk to, or should
Is
we
there
start
any
baking
shops or
some mini
There's a
loaves?
smith on the map. There's
There's a
a smith, a woodcutter, a potter. Wait, that's what that says?
Yep.
Potter,
You probably
ale
would
house.
ask somebody who would
the
tell
How
ale
you
house.
focally enhanced is this potter?
How what?
How focally enhanced is it?
Locally enhanced? What does that even mean?
Is he a Harry Potter?
Oh, he's
Oh,
follically
no.
enhanced. Oh, I think you meant like visually.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was.
Wow, that
You're
was
bad,
that's
Brian.
dreadful.
You're really, really
Is the
bad.
well
Dreadful pun.
with the well wouldn't be worth checking.
You're right. You're staying right by
You
the well
gotta-
if you want to check it.
He's got to
pull up
get
some
water for dough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's
Pull up a bucket of water.
pull up a bucket of
A
water.
bucket of water.
Taste it.
Cool, clear, tasty, fresh water.
I like to say we bake ourselves a couple loaves and see if we can.
See what happens.
Yeah,
Do you want to talk to anyone else in town while we're baking?
I look
You could go
around
to
a
the-
bit.
I mean, the ale house is like where they make alcohol. That's not like a bar, right?
Right. Yeah.
Is there like a
So-
bar? Like, is there like a place where you could be
There-
like,
Where
any
did Ed
orders
head
you
off?
So
lately?
they're
A tavern.
In
Really,
in
yeah.
RPGs, that's called a tavern.
so there are about 20 or so people that live in this village.
About as big as.
Like it
Priscilla's.
is nothing. Yeah,
There's
so
also an empty house.
What?
there's an empty house.
Where was Ed coming out of?
And where was he going?
Ed was coming out
The
of
woodsman, south of the past some birch
Did you
trees.
see?
So as you suddenly psychically know everything about all the.
What does it
buildings
look
in
like?
town.
I mean, does it look like it's the blacksmith, or does it
It's
look
just
like a house?
It's just a little house.
Okay.
Just a
It's
little
just
cottage.
a little cottage. Yeah. There are big piles of wood. Like
Was he
this guy's
heading
got
towards
way
another
more
house, or
cords of
was he-
wood than the other houses. So you might guess that
It's
it's
the-
He's a
yeah,
lumberjack,
he's a woodcutter.
and he's okay.
He is okay.
Where was that headed?
Ed took the path to the south
Ah,
down
darn.
into the Birchwood.
I'm gonna follow at a distance
I was gonna say someone
Yeah.
would follow.
with my hunting skills.
I think we're gonna do the
Split the
great,
party.
yes,
All right.
Let's
RPG
split up,
tactic.
gang.
Well, let's follow along with Stephen. So there is
Well, I'm also gonna go follow Ed, but I'm gonna be out of sight.
I want to go into the
Well,
abandoned
I'm out of
house.
sight too.
I really
Let's see who could be more out of
Okay,
sight.
I will stick in town. We'll be
I'm sure we're
town.
gonna
They'll be
bake some
following.
bread.
Okay,
and,
okay. So we'll do that.
Maybe I was wanting
Let them
you
do it
all to break
first.
some
okay.
bread.
So we'll follow the what's your plan for baking bread? How does this? While you're at, so you guys can look at the hide action while we're that's on page 49. So what's your plan for baking bread?
Well, first, Hum and I are going to take a look around the town, just try to see if there was anything unusual, see if there's anything that just captures our interest. I think if we see something that looks like it's standing empty,
like an empty abandoned house
So
next
one
to
of
the
the-
we have to
blacksmith.
find that first.
One of the houses is empty and abandoned. Yes.
Does it look particularly run down?
It's run down. Yeah, nobody's lived there for quite a while.
The old abandoned
Derelict.
house.
That's the word. It's
It
a
is
derelict
it is
house.
a derelict house. Yep.
That's not good.
Yep.
Can we go inside? See on the map it says he started to write something, scratched it out and wrote empty instead, and I can't make it out. It looks like maybe a PUD.
Stop trying to metagame here,
yeah,
man.
no metagaming. But yeah,
So it's an empty house. You can go inside it if you want. Yeah.
It's unlocked.
It's there's like
I'm gonna guess there's not a lot.
there's literally nothing inside the house.
Oh yeah.
It's got it had a dirt floor now grown up with weeds. Like clearly nobody's
For a hot minute.
nobody's
been
been,
here.
in here for
Yeah, it's obvious no one's been in there for a while. Like,
yeah.
no
I
one's
mean
been camping.
it's the door is actually kind of difficult to open because it looks like the maybe the walls have settled a bit and the door jamb is off a little, and yeah, clearly this is just where nobody's interested in this place.
Why would you ride in an empty house with no demons inside of it?
Is your curiosity satisfied?
Yeah.
All right. Do you think should we go check something else out or go bake some bread?
Let's make some bread.
All right. So maybe go back to Eleanor.
Okay.
Say, hey, Eleanor, can you use your hearth?
Sure. She actually has a little stove.
A little stove.
A little stove there, yeah.
A little easy bake oven.
A little easy bake oven. So you're going to bake some bread, huh?
Yep. And
Okay.
you're not going to touch it.
It's fine with me. So here are all the here's the flour. Here's where there's some water in that pitcher there. What else do you want? Do you want some yeast? I've got some yeast here in this little box, and she has this little tiny box that's got
Yeast.
yeast. Yeah, there's an egg over there. Some eggs.
Egg?
Have you never made bread?
You don't put egg in bread.
You do put an
Yeah,
egg
you
in
do.
bread. It's a binder.
Yeah.
A little bit of salt.
Right. Great British baking show. Stat.
I did not know you use eggs to make bread.
2 eggs.
So
some
people
flour,
people
some
who are
water.
allergic to eggs cannot eat bread.
Does it, just looking around the village, does it seem like people just have their own chickens?
That's what I was going to ask.
There's
People just all have their own chickens.
Yeah. Maybe not everybody has their own chickens, but there's chickens. Yeah.
But
There's
a
enough
number of
chickens
different
there.
chickens, where that's probably not the mitigating. Or the,
There's not like a chicken coop. There's
So
Where
this
do
town
you-
basically
not
runs
the
on
common
barter.
factor.
Do you cultivate your own yeast or?
no we
kind of just have
well,
it?
so,
We
yeah
have a- what's it called? The
starter.
starter.
Yeah.
The mother dough.
Well, this is not a mother dough. So actually has dry yeast. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe they didn't have dry yeast in the
I
Middle
figured
Ages.
They would have used a starter. You
We-
can
we
keep that
all-
around forever.
Yeah, I
Just
guess
keep feeding that.
Okay, so she has So she has
We
a
all
little.
have our
She has a little mother dough.
ignorance of bread making.
So sorry.
So we make some bread. We use
Yeah.
her supplies, except for I would like to use our well water.
And
You
your
want to go
flour.
get the well water yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So with
maybe you should
fresh
do,
well water.
well, I'm not
Are
there.
you using her flour or the flour that you got? from-
Our flour.
Which one? The
We're,
locally grown flour or the flour
well, I
from
mean,
out of town?
let's just
Two separate
two
things.
doughs.
I mean, we were going to use the same flour. I mean, because you can't have.
No, you're going to make a loaf of homegrown bread and a loaf of neighboring bread from the flour that
But
was from
of
the-
what water? Of the
Oh,
well water?
just I would say
Both
yes.
are well water.
Yeah.
One is outsourced and one is
Yeah.
home sourced.
So everything's the same except for that. I just want to get fresh well water instead of her pitcher of water.
a
Gotcha.
nasty pitcher of water that's been sitting there for who knows how long.
I don't say that though. I'm just
But
like,
we can.
Oh,
we
I
can
already
hear it
got
in
the
your
water.
voice.
I didn't know you
We
had
smell
it. Oh, we'll just use it.
All right. So while you're waiting for the dough to rise and
So
beat and
good.
bake and all that business,
Can we roll for the quality of the bread?
No, we'll deal with your bread after it bakes. I want to deal with.
I do want to walk over to her and just say, while we're doing all our investigations, can you pray with me for just a moment, just to make sure that we have,
So Eleanor lights up.
And I I take out my little symbol. It's like,
Yes.
will you pray with me?
Yes, and so she
Will you
she,
lead the prayer?
she grabs the symbol. She leads you in a beautiful prayer for healthy food, for healthy sustenance, for the health of friends, and for new friends gained.
That's lovely.
And Eleanor, like seriously, you have made Eleanor's month. And she's really like
She touched
And I wanted to
Did
hold
she
out my
touch the
symbol to
emblem?
her.
yeah, she
she
touches the symbol with you, and you have what for Eleanor is just a sublime bonding moment. Wow, you almost moved her to tears.
Do the other villagers not pray with you often?
No villager has prayed with me. The people in this village do not keep with the faith of the new God. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
So yes, this was
just none. Okay.
This is the first time I've shared a prayer with someone since I came to the Birchwood, and I deeply appreciate the gesture.
Well, you're welcome.
I've been thinking, this is out of character. When we came in, there were those guys, or those people who, like, looked at us. They gave us that weird look, but, like, everyone we've talked to has been, like, super cool.
Have they? Have you not listened to Ed?
No.
Well, I mean, besides Ed, but he was, like, nice.
Ed was nice? No, he wasn't. He was a terrible, cold person.
I think Ed was nice to our faces.
He was outwardly nice.
Yeah.
But then there were the people who were not outwardly
Has
nice.
anyone been hostile to you? Or they just ignore you?
They ignore me. No, if I needed something, I imagine any one of the villagers would help me.
Okay.
But clearly they find my presence here to be intrusive. If I were not a priest of the new god, they would probably welcome me with open arms. But
I'm not there, so
it's
never.
it's this symbol. It's the statue of Astrid. It's the temple. They're not interested, and they make their lack of interest palpable.
So why were you sent here? Just trying to expand?
It's what we do. We have to bring the faith to the faithless.
Well, I mean, you're not doing that successfully. Try harder. Don't try at all.
Been here a month, Tom. If you have some advice to give, I would appreciate it.
You've been here a month. Is that a long time for you? Religious?
I don't know,
dudes?
Hum. Is it not good enough?
Obviously, it's not good enough for the people you're supposed to be converting to being, I don't know,
You
guys.
know how tough it can be, Hum? You were an acolyte?
Yeah, well, I was good at my job.
I'll work harder, Hum. I'll work harder.
Right. Well, thank you,
Now
Eleanor.
Eleanor, it's all,
That was-
like whatever positive light you had shined into Eleanor's soul
No,
is now
no. Don't you.
She's done.
And I just
Eleanor
grab her hand.
She walks
and go,
away.
"Oh."
No, she walks away. She's done. You can
Thanks,
be
Hum.
left to bake your bread.
That was a reasonable question. I wasn't trying to be rude.
You were trying to be rude, but you were rude. Sometimes you have to think before you talk.
Whatever.
So what do the following guys do?
Well, I don't think we're supposed to be
And
together.
we just don't need our
Not
bread.
to yourself.
Whatever punches the bread.
Steven started.
So I
this.
waited, a good count of 20 or so
Mhm.
for Ed and Stink to get down the road.
Okay.
And then I start to follow and I whip off my cape and I bundle it up and put it in my pack because, I'm wearing kind of like earthy toned
Mhm.
leathers.
Okay.
And I think instead of hide, I think what I really need to do is sneak.
You would do sneak, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm going to follow behind and follow them up to the wherever they're going and see if I can overhear anything that they're talking about.
So I'm going to make an agility challenge roll for you.
Okay. I don't get to roll it myself?
Nope. I sure don't.
Well, that's not fair. I'm
Oh,
going
you
to
know
roll
what?
some dice.
Well,
Well, I guess, so the question is, you attempt to move without making a sound. You do so, you must success on an agility challenge roll. So, I guess, I know what my agility is, but do I have, it also talks about boons or banes depending on the environment.
depending on the environment. So we can call it I don't know. We can call it kind of even. That is, it's leaves and twigs unless you're on the path.
I'm probably off the path slightly.
Okay, so but do you have a profession that would grant you
I have wilderness.
wilderness? So we'll call it an even split. That the banes from your wilderness or the banes from your environment offset the banes.
I'm also a
from your,
patroller, so I'm sure that I know how to patrol quietly.
sure you do.
Okay, so you're going to roll it?
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Okay.
Oh, you can roll it. I'll let you roll it. You can.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, so you're not being
I'm
particularly.
stepping on a lot of dry
Excellent.
twigs here. I'm not used to this kind of
You're used to the desert.
foliage there in the in the environment.
Yeah, you're not. It's not those soft sands that you're
No,
used
it's
to.
not.
Yeah. So if you kind of were to get up close to these guys, they would
know it. So I keep I stay back.
Okay.
But I still follow at a good distance.
At a fairly far distance. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't hear what they're saying.
Can't hear what they're saying.
And eventually, they do go inside of Ed's house.
Okay. I'll just stop and ways off and just kind of inspect Ed's house. What do we see? Is it in a little clearing area?
It's not really. I mean, it's a little clearing area, but mostly unlike the other, like the village where the trees have been cleared out and backed away for a while. The forest is just right up there. I mean, he is in the forest. He is in amid the forest. So,
okay.
So there's just a few feet
cabin in the woods.
Yeah, cabin in the woods completely. Yeah. So Dirk, what are you doing?
Well, I'll kind of walk down this path, and when we get to that branch that Stinks talked about earlier, I'm gonna not take the left path and go a little bit ways down the opposite. And once I feel I'm sufficiently out of sight from anyone, I'm going to try to hide and then make myself less noticeable.
Okay, so you're going to hide or sneak.
Well, I'm gonna hide first.
Okay. All right. All right. So you can hide in the trees, I guess. Okay. So make an agility roll.
All right. Wow.
So 20. You are
22.
You are in flipping visible practically. I mean,
Excellent.
You were super. There's no 20 plus bonus for hide, but you're nicely hidden.
Well, since I
Despite
feel like
red cloak.
Comfortably out of sight, well, I'm going to do something about that now that I'm hidden and make myself more sneaky.
Okay.
And
so you're going to sneak up where to? Up toward...
I figure I'm going to kind of climb up and try to make my way through the trees, through the tops, because people tend to not look up. Okay. And try to circle around the back, or see if I can get somewhere where I can go out on a limb and maybe get onto the roof of the house.
Yeah, okay, so these are birch trees. Are you familiar with birch trees? They're mostly trunks of trees, and they've got very kind of spindly-ish branch. I mean, they're not really...
You did equip a whip, didn't you?
These aren't oaks, but you can climb up. I guess we can hop from tree to tree.
Okay.
But it's not like these aren't oak trees with big like horizontal limbs spreading out and that kind of business. And so there's not a way. I mean, you could jump from a tree onto the roof of Ed's house.
Okay.
But anybody in Ed's house would surely hear the full-grown person land on the roof of the house.
Sure, they'd hear a full-grown person.
Is there any other thing you want to... Yes, they would.
Well...
Okay. All right. Okay, then. Fine. Okay. All right. You're on the top of Ed's house.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not going to make him roll for that sneak?
Sure. I'll roll for your sneak. No, make a roll for your sneak.
Am I being sufficiently tricky?
Sure, you can even make a trick. Yeah. I'll let you have a trick boon.
Ah, dang it. 12.
12. That's better than 10.
Okay.
So.
All right. Do I see him land on the roof from where I'm standing?
Nope.
Okay. He's good.
You don't know I'm there.
So
he's good. I think.
So you can actually hear the conversation between Ed and Stink, and they're talking about getting the folks of the village together tonight, and they want to have Ed wants Stink to help get the word to everyone, make sure that everyone knows that they're going to meet at midnight in the clearing. And
in the village? Or clearing?
It just says midnight in the clearing.
Okay. I didn't hear that, but
yeah. Those are the words that Dirk hears.
I'll wait around.
Okay.
Basically, wait till Stink leaves.
They both leave.
They both leave.
Yeah.
They both leave, huh? All right. Is there,
Which way does Stink go? Is he like heading towards me?
Yeah, they're both heading back toward the village. So you see them leave the house and head back up.
Is he? Oh, that no, he's
neither hidden
Nah,
nor sneaking.
I'll just turn and walk away.
Okay.
Back towards the village.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll go perpendicular to where the path is to their house and just go out into the Birchwoods just a little bit.
Okay, so you're walking away from the path.
Yeah.
Perpendicular to it. Okay. All right. We'll say they
I'm out hunting and I stumbled upon your little scrawny hut.
If they notice you, they don't call out to you.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Why would?
All right.
Is there a window or something I can sneak inside?
There's a window. There's a door. There's all kinds of entry points. There's a chimney, though, that probably is not the same.
Is there any smoke coming from the chimney?
There's no smoke coming from the chimney.
Don't go down the chimney.
Is there any windows open?
Sure, there's a window open.
I'm sure he doesn't have like a complicated lock on his door.
No, but I'll hop in the window.
Okay, all right. So it's a really nondescript, just a woodsman's hut. So there's, you can see that like Ed's got a couple of cloaks hanging on pegs, like hooded cloaks. You can see that there's like a staff leaning against the wall, like a big, basically just a big staff. It's more sort of gnarled than a finely honed beam, but it's basically a staff.
It's like a stick.
Yeah, it's like a stick. Yeah, like a walking stick
Yeah,
kind of thing, but tall, like man sized, about 6 feet. There's a little table. There's a little bed. There's a hearth, and there's no fire. There's nothing that is particularly remarkable here. It seems to be a rather austere life that Ed is living here in the woods.
Wood or dirt floor?
It is a dirt floor.
Dirt floor. All right. Look around. Has he got like a bed, or is it?
Yep, there's a little bed.
Under the bed, is there anything he's hiding under there? No,
nothing's hiding.
I think I will.
No lock boxes or anything. Did you check out the mantle and make sure that there wasn't hidden anything under the mantle?
Nothing hidden into the mantle.
I should have went down to chimney after all.
You can trigger your eagle eye, and nothing splashes.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot here.
All right, I will hop back out and wander back into the forest and
so what's
change back and make my way back into town.
Okay.
So what is the deal with the animals in this forest? Anything special?
You're
out
not
of the
seeing
ordinary?
anything weird, or you see tracks of. You see like a squirrel, and you can see there's a track of a wolf. It's maybe a little unlikely that a wolf would be this close to a village, but it's also not alarming. I mean, it's just
No other bigger animals than a wolf?
no. Like bigger than a wolf would be a bear.
Yeah.
And no.
So no, what about deer or?
You can see some deer spoor and tracks occasionally, yeah. But
can I hunt a couple of rabbits?
Sure.
Okay, I'll get us a couple of rabbits.
Okay.
And go back into town with them.
Okay.
You guys, I have a mask ability. I can pretend to be somebody else for 1 hour. And they're going around telling everyone that they're going to
You don't know what they're telling you.
We don't know that yet.
Oh,
So we're just like
There's no way that's a complete stranger in this village is
formed our loaves. It's risen, and we put it in the oven. We're just kind of like
bread in the oven,
waiting for it to finish baking.
Yeah.
And we're with Eleanor.
so cool.
While we wait for it to bake, can I look around the temple?
Sure.
Try respectfully. Respectfully case, please.
Respectfully loot.
Yes. Well, not
So you see there, Eleanor has
respectfully case the joint.
Like a little bookshelf, and it has 20 copies of a tiny sort of folio, just called Astrid's Life, and that's it. And then there is on the wall a little plaque that has the 4 principles of the faith of the new God in it. There is a massive symbol of the new God in the front of the temple there, like behind the altar. And there are benches here. You could seat easily 20 people or so. And Eleanor keeps the place immaculate. But why wouldn't she? Because there's nobody here to filth it up. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to check it out.
No secret hidden cellars.
Do
No,
you
like, is there like a root cellar?
knock around on the floors?
Well, is there anything like? Yeah, I would, but stealthily like.
Yeah, so there's a wood floor here, but you don't notice anything.
Hey, Eleanor, I'm looking for your secret hideout.
No boards seem to pop up.
Your secret altar to the demon lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing like. Okay, so I'm waiting for you guys.
I come back in.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to. Yeah.
I come back into town and I go over to Stink over at the tannery.
Hi,
Stink.
you're Philip.
Yeah, that's right.
Philip.
Look, I caught some rabbits here.
Oh, cool.
You skin them and make something out of these.
Sure. Well, I mean, I'll tan the leather. What you make out of the leather is up to you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I'll thanks. I don't have any coins for you.
That's okay.
I owe you one, or
yeah.
you want the leather when I'm done, and you owe me one?
How about you keep the leather?
Because it's going to be like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you keep it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're a good fellow, Philip.
Yeah. So, anything going on around town that we should know about?
Any secret meetings at a clearing at midnight that we should know
We got this problem with the bread, but I think I mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's gross. I mean, it's gross, and I'm not going to eat it again. I'm not going to eat any more.
Do you have like a town hall in this town?
Town hall?
A gathering spot?
Well, I guess there's the well, I guess. I mean, I guess they're in the green, in the common.
Okay, well, just remember I did you a favor here, and you owe me one.
Okay, thanks, Philip.
See ya.
Bye.
I will wander off. Oh, I thought he was a lot nicer than he let on. I thought he was going to spill his guts. Tell me all about the secret meeting.
You thought he was more naive than he let.
That's what I thought.
Oh, Philip.
Oh,
where's the bread at? Is the bread baked?
The bread will be baked shortly. Sure. Okay. So your bread. So if there's nothing else going on,
I'll go back over to the temple.
I'm gonna head back to the temple.
Head back to the temple, and these guys pull some bread out of the oven. Okay. And you're just in time and it smells. It smells really
like bread.
We break bread.
So
this is the.
Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So you got 2 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of which we made with outsourced flour.
Yep.
One we made from home-sourced flour.
Was it the? How do you remember which one is which?
We probably
marked it.
Like one is like oblong and one is like really round, and
okay.
we made sure one was on the other side of the oven.
So you kept track.
Yes, we.
Okay.
We're
okay.
Scientific method here.
Scientific crusaders. Okay. You kept track. Okay.
I used my astrological scholarliness.
He draws astrological symbols in each of the breads.
One has an X, one has a knot on it or something.
Birchwood, dude.
Okay. All right. So what are you gonna? You got 2 loaves of bread. One from out of town, one from in-town flour, or in-town wheat, I guess, and out-of-town wheat.
So we got like a table.
Okay.
There's a little light straight on the table. Dark room. We're all sitting around it, and we're all just like, it's like an interrogation.
Okay.
So when we made the bread while you guys were doing, I don't know what.
Looking around.
Okay.
So guys, something's going on tonight.
Oh?
Yeah. I went and was dropping some eaves, and I heard Ed mention to Stink to inform all the villagers that they need to meet in the clearing tonight at midnight.
That little... You just see Philip get really angry because he realizes Stink didn't tell him anything. That little lip clearing.
I'm not certain. I mean, I have to figure this out or follow some people.
Well, we could. I have some disguise abilities. I can disguise myself as a villager. Maybe.
This is a very small village.
Yeah, if like 2 of them show up, they're gonna freak out.
Maybe we
I could just
knock one out.
it could work.
Could work.
Maybe.
Or I could be
Is there any
someone. I could be
conveniently
somebody
mute
and then
villagers?
I can be somebody who hopefully hasn't been, told that this meeting is yet, and I can be, told that we're having a meeting. I'd be like, oh, bye, and they'll be like... Or I could become an animal and just walk in on the meeting as an animal.
You could do that.
But that's only for, 1 minute.
Is
Animal
it?
form is for 1 minute. The masking thing is for an hour.
Okay.
Well, there's 4 of
Man,
us.
if only you could become an animal for longer.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Seems weird that I can become a person for an hour, but an animal for 1 minute.
Well, person's the same
Well, yeah,
form.
you just
There's
take
no
your legs and,
mass displacement issues you have to...
you don't have to grow extra legs or something.
Yeah, extra legs.
So Ed is calling a meeting at midnight.
Yeah, so
He obviously does not trust us.
Hmm.
Well, I think he...
Do you trust you?
I'm a little afraid that we might...
I do.
I think we might need to get Eleanor out of town just in case.
Think she's in danger?
She might be.
She'll be
We
fine
don't know
there.
what they... Well, maybe.
The villagers have mostly ignored her. And they haven't been mean to her.
Well, maybe we should make sure she
Have
stays
burning
in tonight
torches.
and maybe has some company to keep her safe
Sure.
if any trouble should come by.
Yes, because you being out in the middle of a forest with a mob is perfectly fine.
Well, I can get away if need be.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think I'll trail them. Maybe you guys stick not too far away within shouting
I was gonna
distance,
say, you
maybe.
wanna...
You're not going to try to transform into a villager? Going to knock Robert out or something and take his place?
Poor Robert, he was so nice
Maybe
to
he'll
him.
just stay home. Maybe we explain the situation, he'll stay home.
You want to do that?
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I pull out my knife and I cut one of the loaves of bread in
Which
half.
one do you cut in half?
The one with the symbols on it.
Well, you think
The one from...
In-source or outsource?
putting
Yeah,
the fear of
in-source.
God into Robert would...
So the wheat... Hang on, now we're cutting
None of
bread.
the villagers here
So you
are
cut
new God.
You
No,
cut the
but-
bread made of wheat.
Our church has a
you're
bit of
gambling
a...
for our science?
Yes.
It's random.
Yes, locally sourced bread.
Oh, no.
If it's truly random.
And it is fine, healthy bread.
Okay.
I sliced the other one in half.
And this is the one from wheat from outside.
Wheat from outside.
Yeah, from another town, which I wrote down somewhere.
Shipyard or whatever it is, Shipton.
Shipman.
And black tar oozes out of the
Ooh.
bread.
Interesting. Should we
Need to make
repeat
two
this a
two
couple more
loaves of
times?
bread, yeah.
Should we make more or less? How big of an oven does she have?
It's just enough for 2 loaves of
Just
bread.
size.
We've got until
on the middle
midnight.
stove.
We've got until
Can we-
midnight.
Bother anyone else for their oven? Would the local tavern mind if we just made a bunch of bread?
Well, we don't have that much wheat, remember?
True.
There is no local tavern.
Let's build a local tavern.
Okay,
There's plenty of wood by the woodcutter.
that's right.
So...
Only made of stone for the soup.
There's an empty hat.
That's all we need.
All right.
Turn it into a tavern. I really think we should make a couple more loaves of bread.
Okay.
Okay, knock yourselves. You're in the process of.
Yeah, we
making a
got
couple
time to
more
kill
loaves
till
of bread.
midnight. Are we
Is
going
it
to try
the
to
same deal?
do...
One from outsourced wheat and
Yeah.
one from. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, well, while we're doing that, I guess we can talk more. So, yeah, I mean, do we want to try to have Robert not show up? And
Look, if he's not going to be he's not going to go for it. He's going to alert everyone.
Yeah, that's my main
there's
concern.
a problem. So
Yeah.
either you try to sneak in, or you try to become an imposter, or you just take somebody out.
Do we,
He has, I mean, we know him, but he has a family, so, like, if his wife just starts to chat you up in the middle of this and you don't react correctly.
should we tell Eleanor about this, or do you think she might do something rash?
Rash as in...
I don't know.
You could just tell
Like-
Eleanor that we're going to be doing more investigating tonight and she should stay here so that we have a place to come back to.
Fair enough.
So
We
it's-
just walked in on the meeting and said that someone told us.
Who? Who told you?
I don't know, we could say that the goblin told us. And it would be like, oh, you goblin. Like, it'd be like,
He had an opportunity to tell me, and he didn't. I think he's pretty... keeps his lips tight. And his nose runny.
gross.
Ever notice your dog slowing down and having health issues and wonder, what can I do to make them better? Well, my friend, add Rough Greens to your dog's food for 90 days and I guarantee you'll see changes that will amaze you. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, inventor of Rough Greens here, and I invite you to give your pup the Rough Greens 90-day challenge. In the first 30 days, you'll see shinier coats and increased energy. By day 60, your dog will have a stronger immune system, less shedding, improved joint function, all due to the live nutrients that you've added to their diet. And at 90 days, better digestion, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, and you may even have reduced their cancer risk. Fetch your dog a free Jumpstart trial bag today. Go to tryroughgreens.com. Use promo code TRYROUGH. That's TRYRUFF. Go to tryroughgreens.com. Use promo code TRYROUGH. You discover the shipping. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.